Today, I wanted to encourage at least one person to let them know that they're doing a great job, they are exactly where they need to be, and that everything is working out for them. It is so easy to get caught up in this idea that things aren't happening as they should, as fast as they should, or that they won't happen at all. And I want to debunk that today. I want to talk about a mentality that will save you from a whole bunch of stress and worrying for no reason. Because what you actually fear never really happened, and it may not even happen. But if you think about 100 different scenarios, of course, one of them is going to come true. So it's probably best if you just don't even try to guess and let everything play out for itself. But how do you even do that? We live in such a fast paced time period. Like, you can get something that will make a quick fix in 24 hours. We live in the age of AI. We have so many resources and things at the touch of our fingers that can just make convenience in life 10 times faster than we ever could have thought. So I think in this age of life, it's easy to grow weary when things start to take time, because slow progress often looks like no progress, but slow progress to me is often the best progress. I want to encourage you to just take it 1% every single day. This 1% can look like maybe doing an extra rep at the gym, pouring into that book that you started writing, maybe writing a page, two sentences, cooking dinner for yourself if you haven't cooked and you've been eating out, maybe reading a few pages of a book, something that makes you 1% better. Because there's so many areas of life to grow, your career, your social life, yourself, it's so easy to try to do everything all at once. I feel like that's like a recipe for disaster. You're eventually going to crash because you're trying to juggle too many things at once. You're not going to be able to evenly divide your focus into every area of your life when you're trying to actively build in certain areas. So just be 1% better. Just take it so slow. If you do something different today that you haven't done yesterday, the day before, or you picked back up where you left off and you haven't revisited in a long time, that is being 1% better. That is doing something better. When I look at a healing journey and I look at how growth happens and evolution happens over time when you are healing from a specific situation or just becoming a better individual in general, there are days where you feel on top of the world, there's days where you don't. That doesn't mean on those days where you don't feel great that you haven't made any progress. So I encourage you, just do that 1% thing differently. And then you will be able to look back a few months later after your 1% totals to 80% over 80 days and be like, wow, I've actually made some great progress. That at the end of the day is the goal. The goal isn't to hit that 80% in one day. So you are exactly where you are meant to be. There's days where I will be on my phone a little bit more than others. And I'm like, I feel really gross. Like, I feel like I haven't gotten anything done today. I feel like I haven't been productive as I would like to be. And the only thing that makes me feel better is if I do something productive before bed. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could be me stretching for 20 minutes, maybe reading a few pages of my book, or listening to a podcast. Doing something productive that feels like I'm learning, healing my body some way, pouring into myself the smallest bit before the day ends always helps me feel like I've accomplished something throughout the day and was productive. Eventually, you're going to reach the point where you have the days that are a little bit more consistent and you're pouring into yourself a lot more than you were at the beginning. But it's okay to just take it one day at a time and that 1% every single day. That little change that you do will add up and it will make a huge difference weeks down the line and months down the line. Keeping comfort in the fact that you are exactly where you were meant to be will save you. I promise you. I know for me, when I was younger, and I used to tell my mom that I was somewhere else. I'd be like, girl, I'm going bowling. And the whole time I'd be at a party. I always felt so anxious at the party. I was like, okay, like I gotta be cautious. I gotta make sure I'm home at a certain time. I never felt like I couldn't actually enjoy the party because my mom always thought I was somewhere else. I felt like I wasn't where I was supposed to be. And I knew that. And it was hard for me to enjoy it. I felt so anxious. I felt irritated. I was just like, oh, I can't even be here right now. I honestly wanted to go home. Whenever I start feeling like I'm behind, I need to start doing more, or I need to have a change in my environment, in my lifestyle, in my career, or whatever, and everything is going perfectly fine, I feel this rush of anxiousness. I'm anxious. I feel like I'm going to make a decision out of emotion, and I just don't have a lot of wisdom to myself. I'm not thinking wisely. I'm not feeling good. I don't feel calm. I feel like I'm in a midst of chaos. And that's exactly how I would feel when I'd be at the party and I told my mom I was going bowling. It's like that feeling of you're not exactly where you're supposed to be, or you're not where you are supposed to be in life. It's only going to make you anxious and cause more disruptance in your path and in your journey than if you just start to adapt the mentality that you are exactly where you were meant to be. And I know you're exactly where you're meant to be because God never ever makes mistakes. And even when you take a different detour on your path, He always redirects you and uses that little detour that you took to your advantage and to you the good in your journey of life. Making peace with the fact that you are exactly where you are meant to be also comes with the mentality that everything is going to work out for you. Once I started to really lean into this, I will never go back. Although it takes time, patience, a lot of faith and trust in the Lord and where you're even going in life, because I'm not going to lie, walking in the dark is scary. You don't know where you're going. You want to know which way's the exit, which what is going to come up next. But when you just lean into the fact that everything is going to work out regardless of how it looks right now, regardless of how I feel right now, and everything is going to work out for the best of me, you will start to see a lot of things in your life change for the good. You will start to notice a lot of more opportunities. Your mentality to abundance will just automatically expand, and you'll see things that have been in front of you this whole entire time that you would have never been able to see if you didn't just trust where you're at, where you're going, and the process. If you're like me and you've heard this before and you're like, yeah, I do want to trust the process. I do want to have faith and confidence in the fact that everything is going to work out for me, but it's really hard. Like my anxiousness takes over, my anxiety takes over. I would say to slow it down. There's a good chance that there's something that you want tomorrow, something that you want to make happen tomorrow, or you want to be somewhere tomorrow, or you want something immediately that isn't going to happen in that way. And if it does, it was aligned for you to, and that's exactly just how it's going to play out. Like destiny, seriously, like a destiny situation. However, my advice would be to just slow it down. Like, slow it down. It is okay to take things slow. It is okay for things to progress over a few months and over years. You may have a big goal to achieve. You may want to be somewhere or have something, and that desire isn't going to come knocking on your front door in the next 20 minutes. What you're looking for isn't going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a quick fix, and it's definitely going to take time. Being okay with that is the first step. For me, I had to be okay with the fact that by me being in the right posture, being in the right heart space, and also just that posture being to trust where I'm at, that I'm at the right place at the right time, and that I'm going to trust into the process and everything is going to work out for me. By me staying in that posture, I start to reflect a really different reality for myself. My days feel a lot lighter, my mentality feels a lot more at ease, and myself, I feel at peace. And when you start to have a mentality switch, you notice the difference. Like, say, for an example, you maybe were somebody who was always angry all the time, and you decided to start inviting more joy and happiness and maybe tenderness to the people that you love. You start to notice how your relationships change with people. It is as simple as that. As soon as you start to have a mentality switch when it comes to anything that is overwhelming you in your life or that is disrupting you of your peace, and you change it to invite the peace in, you're going to notice the difference. So, my biggest advice would be to just take it slow. Take it one day at a time. Do that 1% every single day. You are exactly where you're meant to be. everything is going to work out for you, and you are doing an amazing job. If nobody has ever told you that they are proud of you or hasn't recently told you, I'm going to tell you right now that I am proud of you and that you are doing absolutely amazing. There's a lot that goes into life. And on social media, there's a lot that you don't see. And it's hard sometimes, again, for our brain to comprehend that this is fake, a fake reality through the phone, because it can look and mimic reality so well. And again, our bodies just don't know the difference between what's real and what's fake. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. You don't have to have it all figured out tomorrow. But your responsibility is to change the posture of which you look at your reality right now. Trust in the fact that you are exactly where you're meant to be. You're going to get to where you desire to be, and that everything is working out for you. It's unfolding exactly how it needs to. The Lord is on your side. And as long as you pour into yourself at least 1% every day, there's a guarantee that you're going to get better. But take it slow. Don't do too much at once. A lot of the times, your nervous system can never even handle a lot at once. So just take it slow. Allow yourself to find peace in the journey. The journey is forever going to be the best part. You always hear people say that, enjoy the journey, because when you get to that destination, the one thing you're going to look back at is where you came from. And as long as you can say that during this whole time of what you were building, the evolution within yourself, your career, your social life, your love life, as long as you can sit down and say that throughout this journey, I have poured in and enjoyed every single moment of it, I feel like that is going to be golden. There's always something that comes out of the journey, the story for the journey, and you're creating your story right now. So why wouldn't you enjoy it in the best way that you can? I hope that this video encourages at least one person to take it slow, to just pour into yourself every day, very little. Don't pile too much onto yourself at once. It's just going to create more anxiousness and more of you wanting things to hurry and speed up faster. Good things take time, as always. I am always reminding myself every single day that it's okay for things to be at a slow pace and it's okay for things to take time. Trust that everything is working out for you for the greater of your good. To better always, regardless if it's a better season, a better time, a better opportunity, to better always, regardless of what happens. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in another video. Bye.